Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be redesigning a pair of jeans using a few old pairs of jeans. I'm going to take them apart and put them back together in a different way to create something new. So these are the pants that I'm using. The cool thing is that I can actually create 4 pants out of all of these together. So I sketched out exactly how I'm going to cut them up and put them back together to know exactly what I'm doing with this design. I cut the top part from the black jeans and then put it over the beige jeans to measure out exactly how much I want to cut out of it. I used a tape measure to measure the length of the leg to make sure it's not too short or too long after I cut it up. Here I am using a fabric chalk to draw the lines to cut them up. I started off using scissors, fabric scissors, but then I quickly changed to the rolling blade because it's so much easier to cut that way. And then I put them together to just see what they look like, and then I moved on to the next pair of jeans. And I just repeated the process again and again until I cut all of the pieces. I then used my seam ripper to take apart the fabric and flatten it out. It was actually a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. It was quite a bit of a battle to get some of the seams out, but I managed and I was able to take apart all of the seams for the pieces and clean up the edges and then start clipping them together where I'm going to sew, so that I could then start on my sewing machine. So I started off sewing the pieces together with a straight stitch on my industrial sewing machine, and I borrowed my mom's smaller sewing machine and used a zigzag stitch to secure all the pieces together and to make sure the thread doesn't come apart on the edges. I then gave them a good press, focusing on the seams to get them nice and flat so that I can then sew a top stitch on all of the pieces. Okay, so now that I have all of the pieces of the legs sewed together and ironed, flattened them, I'm going to trim the edges to create straight lines. The fabric's a little bit wet because I sprayed it with water while ironing to get it really flat. Obviously, like some pieces are larger than others, so I'm going to cut straight lines and clean it up, and then I'll start with the upper part of the pants. I then used my seam ripper to rip apart the seams up until the pocket so that I can add more space in that area to make the pants a bit more baggy. I then clipped together the top of the pants to the rest of the legs so that I could sew them in place. the result now, currently. Still need to fill a gap here. So the next step is I'm using jeans fabric, so blue jeans, and I'll be closing up the edges of the jeans. I'm going to turn it into a baggier, kind of like boyfriend jeans or mom jeans, so that it's more comfy. So I already went ahead and cut up some strips of the blue jeans fabric, and next I'll be attaching it to the pants and then cutting it up to the right size. But for now, my day has ended, so I'll be closing up shop for the day and I will continue tomorrow. Hello, so I'm back today to continue finishing these pants. What I'm going to do now is, I'm really confused about the pattern of, I've never sewn any clothes and definitely never sewn any jeans. I don't have a pattern, but I've been using some of my the jeans that I wear to kind of measure out their sizes and try to imitate the pattern. So what I'm going to do to just make this a bit easier is I'm just going to sew on these strips of blue jeans onto the sides, and then flatten everything out, draw out a line of how wide I want the legs to be, and then just cut it and sew it and try it on and see if that works. So first I'm flattening down the hem for the legs of the jeans using an ironing board to make sure they're nice and flat before sewing them in place. I then use my clips to attach the blue fabric in place to get it ready for sewing. I then tried on the pants and found that I needed more space around the pocket area, so I opened up the seams a bit more over there and cut up these lighter blue jeans fabric pieces to add to that part of the pants. I then arranged the fabric neatly so that the edges matched up, so that I can then clip it in place and figure out the pattern that I want to cut. And of course, as always, my cat comes and gets in the way of my camera. He's so cute, so I really don't stop him from doing anything. He can do whatever he wants because he's the cutest. So I used this tracing paper to trace out part of a pattern from pants that I wear, to try to match up my size to these new pants. I then sewed the pieces together and was pretty much done after that. And here is the final result. It's not at all what I was imagining. At first, I didn't like it at all. But after wearing it for a while, I felt like maybe it's not so bad. I was kind of going for a cool pants vibe, but it's not exactly what I wanted. But I think it was a good first trial. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for more DIY crafts.